Celebrity Stage Stories is an Edge magazine special presentation. Each issue of Edge explores a compelling theme with an intriguing blend of essays, articles, and photography, along with interviews with the biggest names in TV, movies, music, and more. Visit Edge Magazine's website for free digital versions of the magazine, exclusive digital content, and more at edgemagonline.com, and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Now, on with the show.
Look, I just want to say that we are back here on a Hollywood happy place. We're here. Sorry, brain fart. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Celebrity Stage Stories here with Edge Magazine. I am Jerry Strauss, and we are feeling the excitement today because on the horizon is a show that kids, I think, of all ages are either hearing about or personally hooked on already, and it's just going to get even hotter. We're heading to season 3 of High School Musical, the series, and one of the big reasons why is our guest this time out. She plays one of the most popular characters on the show, Kourtney Greene. She is Dara Renee. Dara, I can feel the energy coming off of you. How are things in just the days, the weeks as we count down to season 3?
Oh, they're so good, but also so scary. I'm like, hope people like Kourtney. I hope they like Kourtney this season. It very much keeps me on the edge of my toes, but this season was so much fun to film, and the comedy and the music and the people. I feel like our fan base and even newcomers coming along are really going to enjoy this season specifically. That's
awesome. Now, your character in particular has certainly evolved a lot from the beginning of the show, going from, really, I'd say maybe a candidate for world's greatest friend in season 1, and last season really coming into her own and having her own series of drama, if you will. How did you feel about that path and stepping up and kind of stepping out of the shadows a little bit and really going for it last season?
Oh, I was so grateful, especially because my character was only written for 1 episode. So the fact that I'm even like getting pushed forward each season is so cool and so beyond just humbling as a person. I mean, I feel like our showrunner, our writers are doing an excellent job creating Kourtney and continuing to allow me to explore and just have fun with her and to bring my own spin to it. It's really cool. It's really fun, and it's really challenging deepening excuse me, can I speak? Really deepening the layers of Kourtney, and for the audience to understand why Kourtney does the things that she does.
Yeah, well, and one of the things that I think people love about Kourtney from the very beginning, one of the things we did know about her is that she has, and this is the first time I'll ever have the opportunity to say this in an interview, a passion for fashion.
Yes.
So, but I think a lot of people would like to know how much of that is you. I mean, do you get to infuse your sense of style and fashion into her?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I don't know if your viewers could see, but literally everything I wear is always coordinated to a color. I even had the pleasure this season of going with our wardrobe, and they were like, do you just want to go to the mall and like shop? And I was like, yeah, please. And so I literally had an unlimited amount of like a budget, and they were just like, yeah, get what you think Kourtney would wear, and we'll attach some things that we think is cute too. And I got to work with them, and I love fashion. My grandmother was actually a seamstress, so all of my things that I wore growing up were handmade, and she taught me how to crochet, and I would sit behind her and look at her sew and be like, oh my gosh, like that's so intricate, and I'm so scared I'm gonna stick myself with a pin. But it really taught me a lot, especially as the character that I play today as a seamstress. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. And for those of us, to your point, who are listening to this, maybe not watching on a screen, not only is Dara exceptionally coordinated with everything she's wearing, but she's also perfectly coordinated the color of the backdrop. So it's I don't know how much of this was pre-planned, but it's a real good look. It's amazing.
Always pre-planned. Always.
Well, look, speaking of pre-planned, I mean, and you mentioned it before, so much work goes into this show and everyone who is a part of it. The performances obviously go beyond acting, because there's also, the amazing singing and dancing and everything that goes with being a big player on this show. What kind of atmosphere, what kind of environment is it to be working amongst people who are all so talented in so many different ways?
Oh my gosh, it's like one of the best atmospheres. I think what I could really like compare it to would be like Fame, like the show Fame. I mean, everybody is so talented, and I continue to learn from each and every person in our cast and crew and behind the scenes, and just seeing everybody explore their talents in just a unique and spectacular, extraordinary way is beyond what a girl can ask for. I mean, I've learned so much from everyone, and it's also so much fun. Like, we literally just play around, we goof around, we play hide and seek, and just tell ghost stories, and it doesn't even feel like we're on set. It feels like we're at camp, and I love it.
What about now, Miss Jen, of course, played by Kate Reinders. So there's like a veteran presence on the show as well, as far as Broadway experience and just so much stage expertise. How does that affect all you guys? I mean, is that sort of a bit of a mentor role, or how do you guys relate back and forth with her?
Oh my gosh, Miss Kate, that's literally that's my stepmother. Like, I love her so much. Like, her and my mom always talk, and Kate and her son Luke, I mean, they've taught me just so much, and they've just been able to be so kind and guide me through this world of musical theater and through the world of acting. And I've always been a musical theater nerd. I've been a geek. I grew up in choir, and I did all the shows. And my mom and I even own a performing arts studio for kids. So to be in the presence of someone who I literally spent my last dollar to go and sit and watch Wicked before we ever met, and to see her live and in real time and in person, I couldn't have asked for a better person to not only play my teacher, but to be my friend on set. I mean, she's an extraordinary human being, a beautiful human being, and a beautiful soul.
That's awesome. Now, look, I was a little late to the game with this show, so I want to ask you this, because this is a lot to wrap one's head around when you really think about what this show is, because you're part of a cast of a show that is playing a member of a cast of a show that are playing characters that change every season because the show changes within the show. Do you have an identity crisis of any sort yet? And if not, how have you managed to avoid that? Because I'm confused just saying all that.
Well, it's so funny because like you don't even realize it until like you're doing a promo for the promo in the promo for the promo. So especially this season, I would say is very, 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 very meta, because we're doing, I'm Dara playing Kourtney, who's going to be, in a show playing a character who's also being filmed for a reality show in the show with the show. And it's like, but it's a lot of layers to it. It gets a little confusing sometimes. And we even have Jason, who's also on the show, who's also our dialogue coach, who's also a friend, come to us and be like, okay, just so you know, you're this person for this episode, and you're going to be like this. And, so we don't have an identity crisis. I think it's wild.
Unbelievable. I want to ask you, because a lot of times on this show or in Edge Magazine in general, we talk to a lot of people who were in classic shows from 10, 20, 30 years ago. And we say, man, imagine if social media existed back then, like how the conversation would be so constant and the feedback so strong about what you did back then. The time is now, and you are sort of in the middle of a show that caters to exactly a generation that is all about that instant feedback.
Yes.
What kind of energy have you felt over the past 2 seasons as far as just how people are feeling about the show?
Oh, well, I would say it's been a mix. I mean, like great things, but also, we're exploring new territory. I mean, I've never, been a series regular before or been this exposed before. And, you do get those critiques, and I feel like they do help me be better. And then, you do have some people that just be, wanting to fight, and you're like, hold on, what's second. I didn't write well. But I would say our fan base has really kept me going, and they've helped me in more ways than they know. And they really helped me get up in the morning. I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to cry, but just seeing them be so kind to us and accepting us for who we are, even if that's different or in our own unique ways. But they've really been pushing me and really just helping me just survive another day. And I love them for that.
That's awesome. Okay, we got a few more questions, and this is going to be a two-parter, but they kind of go together. What character would you say is written most like the cast member who plays them? Like, so was there a character that you feel was written more towards the actual human being as maybe the writers got to know them?
Ooh, oh my God.
Is it you?
Low-key is, though. Because I feel like I really do relate to my character a lot. I also feel like Olivia, Nene, especially this season, we really explore her just, going on her journey. Last season, remember, her song like went viral, and that's very much attributing to what's happened now. And she completely slays that part and just slays just being herself, basically. She's just amazing. So I would say a little bit of Nene and Olivia. I mean, of course, like Olivia's like a rock star, so Nene's a little bit more chilling and vibing, and Olivia's over here playing the guitar and like rocking out, and I love it. But I would say her, me, Carlos, and Frankie. That's what you.
Well, let me throw you part two, because this is sort of the flip side of things. Okay. Is there a cast member that you would say has, over the course of the last couple seasons, have they become more like their character? Somebody who kind of embodies more of, maybe more than they originally did, but they've become more like that character that they're known for?
Ooh, I still would say Frankie and Carlos. I mean, Frankie's a little bit more like calmer and like nicer than Carlos, but Frankie is so funny, and his comedic timing on screen and off is absolutely spectacular. So yeah. Awesome.
It's a big question, but we're going to ask it, and this is it's a powerful one too. But we're gonna be hearing a lot about it as we await the premiere of season 3, of course, July 27th on Disney Plus. Why do you think? What are some of the biggest reasons, or maybe the biggest reason, why this show has connected so strongly with the fans that they continue to earn and the fan base that continues to grow?
Ooh, I would have to say that the stories that we tell, I feel like the writers and the showrunner, I feel like they do an exceptional job in telling real stories that are relatable to people of all ages in this generation. I mean, we've been through so many different things as a generation, and as this new group of young adults, and I feel like our writers were able to not only bring that nostalgia, but also bring a real life true representation of what we're going through and what we experience being like young in this world. So I'm really grateful to be a part of a show that tells the stories that are often untold.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. And I think that, that's something that will never go out of style. That's something that people are going to continue to gravitate to. And we're just having so much fun watching you and everybody else bring this show to us. Of course, again, we said Disney Plus, July 27th is the big day that they're going to roll out. We're going to start rolling out season 3, and it's onward and upward from there. I'm sure onward and upward for you as well. So look, Dara, I know that it's crazy. It's the crazy times, busy times, but thank you so much for being on the show. And, I'd wish you good luck. There's nothing look, it's a done deal. It's a surefire hit season. We're waiting for it. And we wish you all the happiness and all the enjoyment that will come from it as people get to enjoy it as well.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for taking the time.
You too. Thank you. And thank you guys for checking us out on Celebrity Stage Stories. I am Jerry Strauss, and we will see you next time. Yeah. Thanks.
Nice meeting you.